Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Soul Stained Ink. My name is Beth, and today I'm going to attempt to do a very quick Friday reads for you before the cat goes crazy and tries to knock my laptop around for the third time. So, first, I am actually reading the third book in a series. I'm reading Meg Cabot's Big Boned. It is book 3 in the Heather Wells mystery series. Last weekend, I talked about how I was going to try to read a little bit of Size 14 is Not Fat Either, which was book 2. I wound up sitting down and reading about 3/4 of it all in one sitting, just devouring it, loving it. I love the writing style. You feel like you just kind of flow through the story. The main character is someone I can relate to a lot, and all the side characters and the intricacies of everything just kind of seem to effortlessly flow together, which means that Meg Cabot spent an awful long time and a lot of energy making us believe that this story was effortless. And yes, there are a lot of issues at different points, but I don't even care. I didn't really notice any of them. I just know that there have to be because most books have them. But I'm on chapter 5 of Big Boned and loving every minute of it. I am taking a lot longer to read this because it is on the Kindle and it's more difficult for my eyes to focus and read text across my phone for long periods of time. So I have to read like a chapter at a time. But I'm thoroughly enjoying this one as well. Looking forward to completing it. Hopefully, being able to go to the library on Saturday morning and get the physical copy, but if not, that's fine. Just slowly slog my way through on my phone. The next book I am reading currently, I said I was going to read last weekend and then started reading Size 14 is Not Fat instead and got distracted by some other stuff. So I only got one chapter done last week, but this is Arsenic with Austen by Catherine Bulger Hyde. This is the first in a cozy mystery series called, I don't remember what this series is called. Something with the classics, A Crime with the Classics mystery. Like I said, this is book 1. The protagonist is a literature teacher at a college. She's 51 years old, and so far I'm in chapter 5. She has found out that her great aunt passed away and left her some inheritance. So she rushes down to be at the funeral and find out, what's going on. And turns out she inherited practically everything. And that's where we're at. There's no mystery. There's not really any jumping off point for action. It's just been the catalyst so far. So we'll see what happens. I'm enjoying the fact that every chapter starts with a quote from a classic novel, and I'm enjoying the fact that it is written more like Austen or Bronte might write it. However, it is very slow moving. I have the second book checked out as well, and that is, I don't remember what the name of that is. Something with Bronte. So, yes. Anyway, I'm enjoying it, but we'll see if I wind up reading the second book as well. The third book I'm reading right now, I just started today and I'm reading it with my daughter. It is a middle grade novel. We were able to get the audiobook on our library's Overdrive. It came in for us yesterday, so we started this morning listening to it on the way to school, listened to it on the way back from school. The author is a fabulous actor and does an amazing job doing his own audiobooks, and that is Neil Patrick Harris and his book, The Magic Misfits. This is the first in a middle grade series, and we're about halfway through chapter 6, I believe. We had to turn it off because we got home, and we'll pick right back up in the morning, most likely. But we are enjoying it thoroughly. It's a little darker than I was expecting it to be, but I don't know why because, I've read the back. I knew what it was about, but it's absolutely phenomenal. I just cannot wait to continue on with the story. We're about a third of the way through at the moment, and it's awesome. If you haven't read anything that he's written, you should go ahead and figure that out. Swift. All right, swiftly, quickly, go. Find a Neil Patrick Harris book. Listen to him on audio. Watch a movie. He's good. All right, the final book that I'm reading, I am actually rereading, and it is a reread that I should have probably done several times over the past decade. but I had not picked it up in probably 12 or 13 years. And then I heard the ladies over at Game of Tomes talking about their buddy read with several other wonderful members of BookTube, how they're all going to be reading Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. Now, I have the audiobook on Audible, and it's narrated by Davina Porter, and she does an amazing job. I have managed to get through to page 516, the beginning of chapter 25. Um, and yeah, about the last week or so. The ladies are reading 2 chapters a day, so they'll be on about chapter 18 right now. And I meant to kind of keep that pace, but I just fall so in love with the story every time I read it. Sometimes it is very difficult to make myself stop. So I am excited to be rereading this. The first time I read it, I rated it at 5 stars, and I don't see myself dropping that down a decade later. So those are my books for this weekend. I would love to hear about what you're reading and if you've read any of the books that I'm chewing my way through right now. Until next time, I hope that you have a fabulous weekend. Read something good, write something even better. Bye.